It's time to announce the 7 Weemsy Award winners for 2024. These annual awards spotlight the public figures who say stupid, false, or outrageous things about U.S. history. Let's start with award number 7, the most bonkers claim about the Civil War or World War II. Nominees included RFK Jr., who claimed that removing Confederate monuments amounted to destroying history, and Fox News guest Brooke Goldstein for comparing pro-Palestinian protests to Pearl Harbor. And the winner is Donald Trump for comparing convicted January 6 rioters to innocent Japanese Americans held in prison camps during World War II.
Nobody's ever been treated like this. Maybe the Japanese during Second World War, frankly.
Award number 6, the most ridiculous reference to the Civil Rights Movement. Nominees included Donald Trump for claiming that his January 6, 2021 crowd was larger than the one that gathered to hear Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech. And Representative Lauren Boebert, who on MLK Day claimed that Martin Luther King stood for equality, not equity. And the winner is lawyer Alina Habba, who compared her client, Donald Trump, having to face many indictments for criminal activity to
Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks.
And also for good measure,
Jesus.
Way to flood the zone there, counselor. Award number 5, the best history-related crash and burn by a business or institution. Nominees included Bath & Body Works for releasing a holiday candle with a label that looked a lot like a KKK rally. I really had my money on this one. And a group in Louisville, Kentucky that tried to rebrand Juneteenth to Luteenth. Let's just say they got some pushback. And the winner is the Texas Historical Commission for removing books about slavery and racism from gift shops at historical plantations. Because, you know, white people are so sensitive. Award number 4, the most absurd claim about the Founding Fathers. Nominees included Vivek Ramaswamy, who said that we will meet the founders in the afterlife and be judged by them. That likely came from the Trump Bible. And the state of Louisiana for mandating that the 10 Commandments be posted in all public school classrooms based on a bogus claim that the 10 Commandments inspired the U.S. Constitution. And the winner is Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene for claiming that our founding fathers would have been considered Christian nationalists. Now that's a whopper of biblical proportions. Award number 4, the most astonishingly stupid thing said about Black history. Nominees included Representative Byron Donalds for claiming that Black families were stronger during the era of Jim Crow. And Donald Trump for claiming that he was, quote, the best president for the Black population since Abraham Lincoln. And the winner is Eric Trump for comparing his father's legal woes to the history of racism against Black Americans. As he put it, they're doing the same thing to Donald Trump. That boy may be dumb as dirt, but he sure is loyal. Award number 2, the most ridiculous history claim that defies categorization. Basically our wild card round. Nominees included President Joe Biden, who claimed that political violence was, quote, unheard of in American history. And commentator Charlie Kirk for comparing Trump's 34 felony convictions to JFK's assassination and 9/11. And the winner is Nikki Haley for claiming that
we're not a racist country, Brian. We've never been a racist country.
That might explain why, in a different setting, she refused to say that slavery was the cause of the Civil War. And now, our top Weemsy Award for the biggest history dope of 2024 goes to one individual who stood above all others when it came to saying demonstrably false and stupid statements about U.S. history. Nominees in this category included Nikki Haley, RFK Jr., and Charlie Kirk. And the winner is Donald Trump for racking up a record 9 nominations in 2024 for whoppers that included comparing convicted January 6 rioters with innocent Japanese Americans held in prison camps during World War II. For declaring that North Carolina candidate for governor, Mark Robinson, who described himself as a black Nazi who would own slaves if slavery was still legal, as, quote, MLK on steroids. Also claiming that he's done more for Israel than any U.S. president or any person. For offering this description of the Battle of Gettysburg.
It was so much and so interesting and so vicious and horrible and so beautiful in so many different ways.
And for good measure, adding a fake Robert E. Lee quote.
Never fight uphill, me boys. They were fighting uphill. He said, wow.
Also, claiming that his crowd on January 6, 2021, you know, the one that stormed the Capitol, that crowd was larger than the one that gathered in Washington in 1963 to hear Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech.
We actually had more people.
Also, complaining that he's been treated worse than Abraham Lincoln. And for arguing that Lincoln could have negotiated to prevent the Civil War. Also for saying he's been the best president for the Black population since Abraham Lincoln. All that historical dumbfuckery in 1 year. And this is the second time that Trump has won the top Weemsy Award, the History Dope of the Year. He also won in 2020. Thanks to everyone who sent in nominations throughout the year and to the thousands of you who voted for the winners. I suspect we're all going to be very busy with this work in 2025.